Turkey's president ended his U.S. tour surrounded by pro-Turkish throngs. Inaugurating a new Turkish-American Islamic Cultural Center in Maryland, Recep Tayyip Erdoğan lamented the rise of Islamophobia.
It is unacceptable for the Muslims of the world to be forced to pay the price of a horror, of a pain and suffering created by a handful of terrorists, infamous terrorists here in the aftermath of 9/11.
And he weighed in on the U.S. presidential campaign.
It is very interesting and shocking for me to observe some of the presidential candidates here in the United States using these allegations and using these labels against the Muslims on a continuous basis and openly.
But despite the supportive ending to his American trip, the road through Washington has provoked controversy.
It's a very strong marriage of convenience. He's disappointed at President Obama's actions in the Middle East. The U.S. is concerned about, frankly, democracy and the future of Turkey in a region that's very unstable. But on the other hand, we need Turkey to do almost anything that we are required to do in the region.
Outside his speech at the Brookings Institution, Erdogan's security forces tried to block critical journalists from entering and clashed with protesters who dogged his every stop. Even as President Erdogan toured Washington, Washington evacuated family members of U.S. military troops from the Turkish base at Incirlik after suicide bombers struck in Ankara, Istanbul, and other cities. Erdogan had hoped that President Barack Obama would be joining him here to dedicate this Islamic Cultural Center. This is, after all, less than an hour's drive from Washington, D.C. But Obama declined to meet with Erdogan here or at the nuclear summit that brought him to Washington, and that has widely been seen as a snub. Obama didn't merely sideline Erdogan, he scolded him.
I think the approach that they've been taking towards the press is one that could lead Turkey down a path that would be very troubling.
We asked Erdogan what he thought.
Mr. President, President Obama says there are troubling signs in Turkey. What do you say?
But he kept the answer to himself. John Hendren, Al Jazeera, Lanham, Maryland.
One candidate for the Republican nomination